Rick and I really enjoyed being together. I think what we most look forward to is being a couple in the community. We were looking forward to doing a lot of that stuff together.
When we got married, Debbie got a teaching job right away, and we felt like we had a pretty good setup. We were pretty happy in the early years of our marriage.
I think I began to notice that our relationship was changing when we started to have children. I realized that I loved motherhood, and I just loved all the aspects of that, and so I started pouring myself into that.
Well, I'm not sure I noticed or was aware as quickly as Debbie. It took me a little longer maybe to kind of get a sense of what was beginning to happen, and when I did get that sense, I'm not sure I really knew what to do about it. And I think what I did is I just kind of poured myself even more into my job.
People would have never known we were struggling. We had it all together on the outside. We were in church every Sunday. We had good jobs. We had a nice home. We were involved in a lot of community activities.
Yeah, it was very important to me that people perceived that we were still happily married, and I didn't want anybody on the outside thinking that there was anything wrong with our marriage.
We came to the point that we knew we weren't going to be able to go on the way things were. A lot of arguing, it was affecting our whole family at that point, and so I often pleaded with Rick, that we've got to do something.
Well, I'm pretty sure at first I didn't want to admit how much we were struggling. There was a point where I think she made it pretty clear to me that yes, we needed some help, we needed to do something. We did agree to go to some Christian marriage counseling together, and I'll be honest, I didn't handle that very well. I think I allowed my pride to get in the way. I didn't maybe respond during those sessions as openly and honestly as I should have.
Our family started attending CCJ by an invitation from a friend, and we started hearing the gospel every single Sunday.
Worshiping together here at CCJ had a huge impact, on our lives, I think as individuals and then as a couple. And I think the other thing that happened to me after we had been attending here for a couple years, I went through kind of a medical situation. I was dealing with prostate cancer, and very clear to me now as I look back on that God really used that situation, that challenge, helped me to see again some of these patterns that I was relying on in my life that were getting in the way of my relationship with Debbie.
I finally figured out that hole that I was trying to fill was that relationship with Jesus that I needed. It's really made a difference in our marriage. It truly has.
He has allowed me to see her in the way that he sees her. And that changes everything. Not only did he open my eyes about who I had become, but he also opened my eyes and my heart to how he felt about her and how he saw her. And then I began to see her very, very much differently.
I would tell people who are struggling with their marriage is to stick it out. Don't give up on it. Start praying for each other and with each other. That has been such a calming thing for me when Rick and I pray together, and then when I pray for him, even when I'm mad at him, I want to continue to pray for him.
I found myself in the times that we were drifting apart, retreating and making it about myself and what I needed. When we began to pray together, and when we began to specifically pray for each other in our marriage, and that had a big impact.
We'll be celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary this summer, and there was a time that I didn't think we were going to make it that far, and thankful. We're just so thankful that Jesus is at the center of our marriage right now.
He can make anything new, and he can definitely make a marriage new, and I feel like that's what he's done in our marriage.